Hey everybody, it's Austin Ward for Lettermen Row, back with a BuckIQ, and for the first time we've got the national champion 12 gauge Cardale Jones in the building. Obviously got to talk about some quarterbacks, and Cardale, Justin Fields has not been settled yet. We know how much expectations there are for him coming into Ohio State, but I think when you look just at this offense as a whole, what Ryan Day's done, it's got to be pretty appealing to somebody who had your skill set. I was watching Dwayne Haskins last year and wondering what you would do in that offense.
Oh, for sure. I think Ryan does a great job of, catering to his quarterback needs and abilities and strengths and weaknesses. So I'm pretty sure if Dwayne's skill set was differently, Ryan would have had a way to, dial up the offense to have just as much success as he has throwing the ball downfield.
And when you look at what Justin Fields has done, he's transferring in. There's everybody talking about him potentially being this next guy in line. We know the tradition, the history of Ohio State quarterbacks. Have you had much chance to look? We're going to break him down on film, but do you know much about Fields? What does he bring to this position?
Pretty much from the outside looking in, I haven't had a real connection with the kid yet, just being around a little bit this offseason, but he looked like a great athlete and like a great playmaker. Of course, that's his skill set was limited last year at Georgia, playing behind a great player.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what he do for Ohio State.
So we'll see just a little bit of what he gave to Georgia to project forward what Justin Fields can bring Ohio State. Nobody better to do it than this guy, undefeated as a starter at Ohio State. So let's go ahead and roll the tape.
Gilliard, the center, over the ball. Hardman goes in motion left. Play fake Fields. He throws. He's hit as he throws, but he gets it in the end zone. Touchdown on a slant. Riley Ridley caught it.
All right, Cardale, so UMass is obviously not the greatest level of competition that Ohio State or Georgia would ever face, but this was the most extensive playing that Justin Fields got, and this is an example of a guy getting some pressure, standing in there and delivering the football.
Exactly, and that's what you want your quarterback to do. I mean, he's tough. I mean, granted, in some type of scheme of things, you would say you're hot off this guy and have an answer for that.
Right.
But in this protection, it don't look like they have an answer. But he's still understanding his matchup. Really like he got inside leverage on the guy, beat him across the face, and he stood in there and took a shot and delivered a touchdown.
There's some things we don't know, like with Georgia's scheme and how much he was playing, and people talk about freshmen, how difficult the transition is. I mean, there's really nothing else he can do but try to make a play, right? There's a guy in his face.
Exactly. So something like that, go back. It looked like the line. Can you go back to the top? So it looked like the line is responsible to these three and this guy right here. So this guy will be technically the quarterbacks. But in the scheme of things, you never know. I don't know how they're coaching it. Maybe he's supposed to throw here, maybe not. But he still find a way to get the ball to a playmaker and stand there and take a shot. But I would love to see him develop his game, even if it was a way to get this guy protected or get this guy blocked so he won't have to take that hit.
Yeah, it's great to take him, right? But it's better to save that wear and tear. You know that better than anybody.
Of attack there, a lot of white jerseys.
Play fake Fields, throws it, tight end wide open. Nauta down the middle of the field, running inside the 10, down to the 5, tackled from behind at about the 4, maybe the 3.
So he goes on through here. This is a game where Ohio State is seeing some positive things. This is an example coming up here. Down the middle of the field, something that Ohio State started to do a little bit more last year and have some success. And what stands out to you about this read and this throw?
It's just a great read. I mean, it's pretty much simple read, like you got all verticals, and you pretty much taking the safety who's not in the screen here, you just read him. If he go out wide, you throw it to the inside, he squeeze tight on this guy running the seam, you throw it outside. So he made a good throw to the guy right in stride, and hopefully we got some guys at Ohio State can take that the distance.
Yeah, that zone 6 unit has been helping. This has helped the last couple of years. I know that you've played with some standout wide receivers. They had a great year.
Delivered it right on time.
54 yards, Fields play fake. Oh, spin move off the right edge into the end zone, standing up. Touchdown, Justin Fields.
The other thing that you've got to do as we go on here later on with Justin Fields in this game against UMass, sometimes they're going to call your own number. You had to do this a few times, and I know that you didn't necessarily have the spin move. You might have done something else.
Oh, trust and believe. I ain't got no spin move like this kid. But in this situation, yeah, sometimes the defense got you, and you got to make a guy miss, and that's what he does.
There's always been this talk about the Ohio State offense, at least since Urban Meyer came in, even last year with Dwayne Haskins, that they might need to run a few times to keep a defense honest. That's just part of the way college football operates nowadays, it seems like.
For sure. I mean, and it is always good to have that extra threat in the run game for us as a quarterback because, 9 times out of 10, guys going to forget about him or you guys just don't account for him because you drop him back in coverage. You got zone reads. You got your different zones you got to cover on the defense, and then when the quarterback run, you're just like, what is going on?
It'll be interesting to see how Ohio State uses that with Justin Fields because he looks like he's a more willing, perhaps more athletic rusher than what Dwayne Haskins was a year ago.
Fields was 3 for 3. prior to that incompletion. He's going to throw again. Deep ball, right sideline. There's Miko. Over the shoulder catch at the 14 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
But this is an example that has a lot more people excited. That arm strength, that 12 gauge, that Dwayne Haskins bomb. This has got to be one that I think probably excites you a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Throwing a deep go route from the opposite hash on the money, the guy in stride. I mean, not too many guys can do that. You know, it's great to see that Justin not only being able to run, make guys miss, but can also take shots downfield.
When you look at that throwing motion and the ability to step into it, what's the first thing you look at to see if a guy can really unleash one like that?
I'm not a big motions and mechanic guy because I play with one of the guys who got one of the funkiest releases and mechanics you ever see, but the ball gets there. I think long as the ball is getting there without, you know, the least amount of movement and rotation as possible, I'm not big on changing the guy's motion, or you might want to change and, you know, tweak some feet work in certain situations and certain routes, but not a guy's motion.
Well, I guess if you see results like that, you don't really care how that gets.
Oh, for sure. As long as they get there, he could have freaking threw a hot air balloon there. It was good to me.
Fields in the shotgun, takes the snap, pressure from the edges, and flushed out. There he goes. Now he's going to run. He can run for days. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Lowers the shoulders. Drives through the secondary defender inside the 5 down to the 1.
This is another one that sort of, when I was looking through the film, kind of looked like you or some plays that Troy Smith made back in the day. You feel the pressure, trust your legs, and then go out. And at the end here, this is what really convinced me. It was a Cardale Jones play. Lower that shoulder.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes you want to fight for them extra yards, but what I love to see, Justin, I mean, I'm pretty sure he has intentions on getting to the next level. I mean, them are hits that you don't have to take. You know, them are hits you don't have to take. I get it. You excited. It's probably his first piece of action.
Right.
And being that young, hungry guy, I can see myself doing the exact same thing. You know, but like I said, I mean, as long as you don't put yourself in a situation you don't have to be in.
Keep the quarterback on the field.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's Justin Fields. We don't have a whole lot to work with as he gets ready for spring practice and waiting on the NCAA to approve his waiver for next season to be the starter potentially for Ohio State. We work with what we got. We had 12 gauge in the building to break it down. That's good enough for me. So for Cardale Jones, I'm Austin Ward. This has been Lettermen Row, BuckIQ. We'll see you next time.